Hey, what's going on with it? Ladies and gentlemen, bronies and gentlecolts, this is the one, the only Mr. Criticism Guy, 2009. Before I do get started, this video is brought to you by fucking Powerade. Greatest of the great, the blue one. I like the green one and the orange one better, but the blue one's still pretty chill too. And these really badass Mexican candies. I don't remember the name for it, but one is called manzana, which is apple in Spanish. The other one is grape. Grape one's alright, but I like the apple one more for the win, so. Good shit if you ever want Mexican candy. Any of my people, other subscribers that are Latino, you know how good that shit is. Last but not least, another Latino drink right here is, I don't know how to pronounce this part, but I know it's a drinkable pecan with cereal. And this is some good cereal shit, too. It is a yogurt, by the way. I'm not too much of a fan on yogurt. The only yogurts I usually get is that Yoplait, that one yogurt where you put, like, all your little ingredients in that little top. And you put either M&M's, your fucking Frosted Flakes, what else, Oreos, or like, what else is out there? Little pieces of, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I guess? Yeah, I guess you could put some of that in there if you want. And this is called, I don't even know how to say this part because I haven't spoken Spanish for like a year, but you know what? It is what it is. You want to make fun of me for it? It's all good. Everyone's a critic. It's called, caquiche. I think it's caquiche, caquito. Caquito yoliano. That's what it is. Caquito yoliano, pecan with cereal. Good shit right there. Last but not least, I do want to introduce this really badass fucking cashew beans. They're like macadamians and pistachios with some real good shit. Check that out. Real good shit to the max right there. Works like a charm. The last but not least, this doesn't have no product or anything. I haven't ate it yet, but I'm going to eat it in about an hour or two. Hopefully it's good by then. It's a really badass fucking jalapeno pepper jack sandwich. A lot better than Subway, I'll tell you that much. And it was a lot less cheaper, too. It was only $2 instead of $7 or $8. Anyways, other than that, let's get on to the motherfucking rant. Not really a rant. It's just my my thoughts and my concerns about this franchise. I know a lot of people on YouTube. I haven't opened this yet. That's why I'm twisting it and shit. Oh, there we go. Hold on a sec. Oh, I took the spot every fucking time. Let me tell you, the shit, the fan, I don't have a lot of these. I only got like 200-300 of these. But if it does hit the fan, I'm going to miss these a lot when I'm done with all of them. I will miss it big time. So I'm enjoying it right now as much as I can. But yeah, let's get to the real topic of this video rant. So this is my thoughts and concerns. I've been hearing this on YouTube for a couple of days now, since last week Tuesday. Sorry, that cashew bean shirt, you're sucking your teeth pretty hard, so forgive me for that. And hopefully the video doesn't die or gets interrupted by a call, so my apologies over ahead, just for later on. So yeah, I'm not going to try to make this 20 or 30 minutes either. I'm trying to make this 10 or 15 minutes at the most. Hopefully 15. Because I got another video I'm going to do, but that's going to be for my Nintendo Free channel. And I still got to update my, actually not update, upload my Wreck-It Ralph movie review. I haven't been able to do it since Friday because I had a lot of work and shit. And, you know, a couple of personal shits that didn't happen, so I'm not going to get into that, but let's really begin. So this movie, a lot of motherfuckers out here in this world, even if they're 56 years old, they even know who it is. That and their grandmother, their grandfather know this fucking franchise. That's how big this is. I've been hearing for the past couple of days about this change that Disney's made. Even though I used to like Disney, I grew up with Disney a lot and shit like that, besides Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and maybe Kids WB and Fox Kids, but this is the shit I like the most besides that. You know, I did like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network a little bit more. But yeah, you know, Disney, even though I do know there are a little bit of a subliminal messages, and of course Walt Disney is, anyone that's in the alternative media news industry would know. He was a level 34 Freemasonist. He was a bastard. He hated Jewish people. He believed all that, the Illuminati shit, the Federal Reserve, the banking cartels, the fucking Rothschilds, Rockefellers, New World Order, police state, one nation under Satan type of, you know, fucking cult shit. As much as I hated him for that shit, of course I didn't know any of that shit when I was 10, 11 years old. I didn't know about this till I was around, I think, 16, when I was like in my sophomore year. When somebody told me about this, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You crazy as shit. Until a couple of months later, I did some research for myself. It's like, oh, this motherfucker right here, he was telling the truth, literally. So I felt bad for him. I apologized to him. You know what? Apology accepted. That's how the sheeple are. And at that time, I was a sheeple, but I was only a sheeple towards the Federal Reserve and the banking cartel and the fucking, the Ben Bernanke's and Tim Geithners and pieces of shit that run this world and New World Order shit. And the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. I was a sheeple to that, but I was not a sheeple to the Illuminati and, Freemasons. I knew about that shit. And the underworld Armageddon shit. I was well aware of that. I was well wide awake since 10 years old back in 99 on that. All the way up to now. The Federal Reserve shit I didn't know about until 09 later on. About 3-4 years ago. But other than that, I'm not going to get into that. That's not what this video is about. This is what the real video is exactly. Only will be about. So basically, Disney, they finally actually talked to George Lucas, aka the man that made Star Wars and all the Clone Wars shit, all the cartoons for it, the comic books, the video games, the fucking shows back in the 70s, 80s, and maybe in the early 90s, a couple of the arcade games, all the shirts, all the billionaire franchises you can think of that Star Wars has created, aka Lucasfilms and LucasArts, have created. He's a very genius man right here too, Mr. George Lucas. I gotta give him props for making all the old school shit. A lot of people say they were complete shit when the ones in the late 90s and the early 2000s came around with episode 1, 2, and 3, the remakes for it. I thought it was pretty good. Especially when Anakin Skywalker turns into Darth Vader, he's like, no, and he just uses all of his force, some dark-sided psychic powers, just crashes everything into the fucking ground like a boss for the win, baby. Good shit right there, by the way. Speaking of which, they showed Darth Maul for a little bit. I was like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. Other than that, basically what I really wanted to talk about there was, my whole thoughts and my concerns on it is that, let me tell you something about Disney. I know they were like, if anyone's awake out there and not a sheeple, they know they had a lot of subliminal messages out there, like, they would put sex and shit on there, like, with the Little Mermaid with the front cover, they'll have some guy's dick or something in the background. Or they'll have some dude's penis somewhere showing some girl flashing her tits real loud, but they'll only do it for a split second where you couldn't see it, But at that time, I wasn't thinking about that shit as a kid. I was like, oh yeah, this is funny here and there. I wasn't paying attention to any of these subliminal messages. Now, so way later on, like I said, when I turned 16, at that time back in 05, that's when I found out about it. And like I was saying, I saw all that other shit. A lot of people, they even told me they saw it. They were surprised at it too, but and then let's accept that shit, there's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, Disney, it's a billion, if not trillion-dollar company that's all over the world. There's no way in the world nobody can beat them, obviously. Only thing you can do is just avoid them. Don't get none of their movies or music. Don't support none of their shit, really. Even though I did go see Wreck-It Ralph, which I do realize, I do know, it is owned by Disney, but you know what? I watched it for all the video game references. I didn't give a shit. Alright, so you can call me a hypocrite, but you know what? Fuck you, okay? Just fuck you. Other than that, all my people out there, my viewers, subscribers, definitely big shout outs to you guys, all of you. I love every single one of you, and I definitely appreciate all the views you give me. I have no idea how much that means to me. Got a special place in my heart for that shit for sure. You got my respect. As far as haters and trolls and shit out there that are going to be talking shit like, get the fuck off the screen, get a life, you fat ass. One thing I gotta tell them is just to go fuck off because they're never gonna know me in real life. If they ever said that shit to me in real life, I would literally break their neck and fucking kill them. So, go fuck off, alright? And other than that, yeah, and I don't care if your mommy or daddy's a fucking police officer, I'll fucking kill them too, so fuck off, okay? Speaking of which, let's move on. And yeah, that is a fucking threat too. Anyways, as far as Disney and all that shit goes, they made a couple good things, a couple of their live action shit, I know they made National Treasure, all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, Tron Legacy. Those were pretty kick-ass. All their other shit I'm not really sure about, but those are the only three I know that were really kick-ass. And then they made a couple in the mid-late 90s, early mid-thousands that were pretty good. A lot of their animation department is very good, very amazing. All the graphics, the details, the plots, the settings. As far as the Disney princesses shit goes, I never really gave a fuck about that, but as far as all the storyline and what takes place in that type of environment and the type of world that they're in. And then the last good movie that they made last year was actually John Carter. I think it was earlier this year. It was pretty good, Pretty badass for a Disney movie, which I was still surprised at. You know what? Disney still kind of got it when it comes to live action films. The animation department is very good. It's always good for them. live action sometimes is good, but then sometimes it's kind of shit. So, good example for me to be telling you guys which is a good one. Of course, I just said John Carter and a couple other ones. One example I could tell you that was a Disney movie that was live action and that was a piece of shit. In the back of my mind would have had to say, I don't think they made Disney. I would have said like the sellout or something, but if they didn't make it, then yeah, that would have probably been a piece of shit for a live action movie for Disney. Anything else that comes on the top of my mind, back in the 90s, I know a lot of people liked them. I'm not sure if Air Bud or Beethoven were a part of Disney, but I never really liked that shit too much. Same with that one Robin Williams and Flubber. I thought it was okay as a kid, but when I grew up a little older, I thought it was kind of shit. So, yeah, those are good examples of shit movies from Disney. Other than that, you know, as far as him buying, as Disney is buying LucasArts and all of the Star Wars franchises shit, the only thing I can say is that, and I do not work for these people in no sort of way or matter, I'm just a fan of the Star Wars shit, because I never really liked Star Trek that much, but Star Wars is just a little bit better. Because all they do is Star Trek is just fly a ship and go places, and that's it. They don't fucking get to go to all the parts of the universe and fight and with lightsabers and have all these telekinetic powers and shit, you know? That's why I always like Star Wars more than Star Trek. Because Star Wars is just straight out bam in your fucking face, you know? One hit fucking KO, not a one hit wonder, but a one hit legend. That's what I would say. Other than that, you know, the only one more thing I do want to say, because I think I'm running out of time. Let me just check my shit. Alright, I'll do like 4 more minutes, because it's not 15 minutes yet. Yeah, like the last thing I do want to say is that, as far as George Lucas goes, he's basically like Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, M. Night Shyamalan, the Nolan brothers, who else? Quentin Tarantino. He's up there with the top 10 fucking best directors in the world, and I think I might actually do that, the top best directors of all time. I know I have been doing a lot of top 10s and shit lately, but that's really the only thing I can think of right now. Tomorrow I got to do this council meeting shit, so I'm going to be busy a lot tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a video or not. I might be able to post one from a couple months ago, but that's it. I'm not going to be able to make one. Other than that, you know, all I got to say, George Lucas, is, you know, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt he is, but if he is, you know, that's a good move on your part, buddy, you know? Maybe if you couldn't make the franchise any better than you should have, you know, let Disney take care of it. And hopefully they could just ride this shit out. Hopefully Disney doesn't fuck this shit up, because if they do, I basically lost all my respect towards them, even though I have a long time ago, but as far as animation-wise, because I think they're going to do this live action, and I know a lot of people have been saying 2014 is when they make this. If the shit doesn't hit the fan December 21st, they will be able to happen, but if not, life was good, you know? That's all I can say. One more other thing I do want to talk about Disney is that some of their games, you know what, I'll give them credit that they're pretty good, they're alright. Especially the 90s with the Bugs Life, fucking, what else was out there that was Disney? Fucking Bugs Life, I just said that. I don't know about Tiny Toon Adventures, I think that one was Nickelodeon, so never mind. Shit, what else is out there? There's a couple other good ones too, you know, not the ones from nowadays, I'm talking about from back in the day, like Goofy, Mickey Mouse, Goof Troop. A lot of the Mickey Mouse video games were pretty kick-ass. There was like Epic Mickey, Kingdom Hearts was okay. I never really liked Kingdom Hearts, but the storyline and the objective of the game was very amazing and hands-on, very well put together. Other than that, that's all I got to say for now. One more thing I do want to say, you know, catch me on Facebook, excuse me, catch me on Facebook, ZechronFree2012 @gmail.com, Twitter, NintendoFan2012, DeviantArtMan Wolverine, and the last two, of course, Nintendo Free 2011, and my latest new channel, of course, which has been out for 3 weeks already, going in 4, is Nintendo Anime Manga Guy 360. Definitely check me out there. I only talk about 3 things on there, though, which is Pokemon, not Pokemon, but trading card unboxings, that's 1, and anime manga shit, that's 2, and then video games. That's all I do. Other than that, I really don't do nothing else, so that's all I gotta say. Is what it is, ain't what it ain't. See you when I see you. It's only Monday. Oh, and by the way, I was gonna have this little pamphlet thing when I ripped the shit out of these fucking, what's it called? These things I've been getting in my house for the past 6 fucking goddamn months so far. It's little advertisements for fucking Mitt Romney, Obama, which you already know I don't give a fucking shit about either of them because they're a fucking joke. It's like saying they're gonna do change, they're gonna do all this shit, but people in the back of people's minds, they know they're not gonna do shit. Shit is still gonna be the same. Next year, people are probably gonna be losing more of their jobs than gaining them. And I know it's all politics shit. Last but not least, they can both go eat shit, okay? Because I really don't give a fuck about either of them. All right. Take care. I'm gone late. Like I said, it is what it is. Ain't what I ain't. See you when I see you. I might do a shout out Fridays this Friday. We'll see what happens. I'm gone. See you around. Late.